All right, we're live, ladies and gents. It's your boy Xavier and Eryk Anders. Nah, I'm just playing. It's your boy Eryk Anders and Xavier. What's going on, YouTube? Yeah, shit. It's Sunday. I'm a little bit tipsy, like still from fucking yesterday, but we're gonna make this shit work. Eryk, how are you doing, my man?
Man, good. And yourself?
Like I said, I could be better. Did you watch the circus yesterday?
Which game?
The circus with fucking
Oh,
Vander
yeah,
and
I
fucking
did actually.
Tito. Yeah,
I
yeah. What
did.
did you think of it, man?
Man, I'm happy everybody out there getting money, but man, to be honest, man, I'm not trying to see Tito Ortiz fight. Um, Anderson Silva. I like to see Anderson Silva win, and it's funny to always watch Tito get knocked out, but man, you already know the outcome of the fight. Tito doesn't even have a puncher's chance, and you
Yeah.
know, Holyfield, got one foot in the grave. And, he's fighting Vitor, who's probably back on, you know,
Testosterone?
yeah, TRT and all that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
he may be 44, but physically he's probably 24. So, I mean, how did you expect that fight to end?
Not like that. But I look for value. Like, I bet fucking Jake Paul decision like last week when everyone thought Woodley was gonna KO him, But so sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
That being said, though, do you see in your line of work a lot of people like on the juice? You see people like Nate Diaz saying everyone's on steroids and this and that, but then I'm more like in the middle ground, like Dan Henderson and shit. People are on testosterone and shit. All right, do you think most people are on like in the middle?
Well, I mean, testosterone is still a banned substance, so
But it
regardless of
wasn't
what the
before though.
substance, huh?
It wasn't before.
But it is now.
Yeah.
And so, regardless of what it is they're testing positive for, I'm sure, there are, people trying to bend the rules and find the gray area and that kind of thing. So, the criminals are always ahead of, the police. That's how they've discovered like new tactics to catch people because, someone got away with, forging checks for a long time. So then they take that person and be like, how are you doing this? Learn, and then boom,
Yeah,
and then they
Catch Me If
start
You
catching
Can.
everybody.
It was a good movie. Speaking of a criminal ban for like USADA and shit like that. Nick Diaz is coming back. Who do you got in that? Robbie Lawler, or
I'm
Stock?
going with Nick.
Thank God, man.
I'm going
Yeah,
with
I thought
Nick.
I was crazy, man. Why are the lines dead even? I mean, he knocked him out like 20 years ago.
I
What's
mean,
going
I
on there?
understand, and it's 5 years is a long time to not be active, but it's not like Robbie Lawler was fighting every other weekend anyway. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I just think he's got more ways to win. He can submit him. He's knocked him out before, so it'll be a good one, I'm sure.
Did you see Lawler's last performance against Magny?
I don't recall how it went. I'm sure he
Yeah,
lost.
very unrecallable. Like you look like a bag of shit, to be honest. But yeah, he's no spring chicken either. And you would think Nick Diaz. I mean, he's been doing a lot of like street drugs, but he hasn't really been taking any blows to the head. So it would be like even each other out. But I'm worried he might look like Holyfield. So
No,
I do
I'm
like
sure. I'm sure he's been training, man. That dude's always showed up to fight. So
for real. Yeah. 100%, man. Jack Attack asks, "Who is Eric's favorite philosopher?" All right. So
I
start it off.
don't know. I can only think of like three like true philosophers, and they all taught each other. Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. So I don't know.
Yeah. No,
Philosophy is
that
not really a big. It's not one of my fortes.
yeah, that takes me back to my freshman year at college, and I think you were playing with what was it, Alabama Crimson Raw Tide or some shit like that.
Crimson Tide, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like like I'm not into football at all, dude. I could give a fuck. I'm baseball and fighting, right? But everyone like worships you, dude. Like you were like the shit back in the day, like in that realm. Like what made that team so spectacular? You know, it was like something out of like what, Forrest Gump or something. Because I was hearing about it even back then when I was like, you know,
Man,
like
to be
doing my dick
honest,
right and stuff.
I think that we lost the last two games of the season
Yeah.
the year before, so I think it kind of just left a bad taste in everybody's mouth because we knew we were better than that and what we were capable of. So we just wanted to get that back, and we just bonded together as a team and made it happen the next year.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think it transcends just like normal sports because like I hear about it too, and like I kind of I fuck around with like people about it. Like you're like or you're like a person that comes from like another like category, like, but you're not like Greg Hardy. Like people actually like fuck with you, you know? Like
Yeah. Well,
you're
Matt,
not.
I think that Greg Hardy might have got a bit of a bad rap, I think, but um, but that's the crazy thing, man. Once you're accused of something like that, man, it's forever follows you and it'll always be with you. So, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, man. No, I'm all about second chances, but he gives off like super Uncle Tom, like Uncle Fester vibes. Like I'm not about him. Like he's just like insulting his opponents like before the weigh-ins and shit. He thinks he's like adding a
Yeah,
bag of
his
chips.
his
Like he's
his
not.
vibe is a little different.
Yeah, he's got that like vampire vibe. Like I don't even know how to describe it. Fucking Jimmy asks, can Eryk describe the moment on how he felt when he knew it was fuck football and all in on MMA?
The first time I sparred, well, actually, I had already given. It wasn't like I went straight from football to MMA. I got done playing football, and then now I started working like a regular job, and didn't like it very much. So, man, I just found myself bored and frustrated. I was getting in fights all the time and doing a bunch of stuff I shouldn't have been doing, and so I just wanted to blow off some steam and find something to like channel my energy or whatever. And then I started sparring and fell in love with it. So the first time I knew I was going to be all in on MMA was the first time I sparred.
Okay, for real. And you like did the CTE, was it similar? No, I'm just fucking around, but like was it like the same kind of like the head trauma? Was it all like in the same like realm or whatever? Like
And
we're used to it. Is that like that's what I'm trying to put down.
Man, I think the difference is like in football, you're like using all your body weight and trying to create like explosion and create force. So, man, you're let's just say I'm like I was like 235 whenever I played football. I'm trying to put all 235, into hits, and that person across the line might be 350. I'm not good at math, but when you accelerate 230 pounds and they're accelerating, 350 pounds, man, those are like miniature car accidents every play.
100%. Yeah.
In MMA, you know, let's say you get your bell rung in practice, man, you can sit down and take a couple weeks off. In football, man, you just have to get up and play the next play. So I think that if you approach it intelligently, football is way worse than MMA is.
Yeah. Did you ever watch that movie Focus? Or no, it wasn't Focus. It was fucking the other Will Smith movie. The one with like, yeah,
It's called Concussion.
Yeah. No, Focus is more lit. But I mean, the Concussion movie with Will Smith. Like,
no, I never saw it.
Yeah, I didn't either. But it was apparently it was like one of those I don't know. It's just people don't understand how fucking shitty like football is to your like your body. But
Yeah,
even like the most
whenever I
casuals.
played football, like my back always hurt, my knees always hurt. I was just like too big for my frame. Lifting heavy weights and then going out there and playing football and stuff. It just my body did not feel good. But now, even at 34 years old, I feel better than I did at 24. So
Okay, but how does one like of your age stay like in regular shape, and not just of your age, but of just like as a professional athlete? How does he keep going? You know, because you're not in college anymore. Like, how do you keep the grind up? Because I heard Holyfield say the same shit, dude. He's like, I'm 58, but I feel 28, and you
Yeah,
can
well,
look at aesthetically, but how
Holyfield
do
like
you do it?
fuck.
What?
Holyfield was fine. He may look like he does have like an impressive physique for a 58-year-old, but as soon as the fight started, he looks all slow and lethargic and shit, and you already know
Yeah.
that that's not what you felt like at 24, dude. You were not cats out and winning championships at
No, it was all
24
cap.
years old. Yeah, so he was lying. I'm not lying. I truly feel that this is like the best my body has ever felt. I don't have like nagging aches and pains or injuries or whatever. If I'm hurt, I can take the day off,
Yeah, man, and you haven't gotten your bell rung, dude. To be honest, like, what is the only fucking like technical TKO the only TKO you've ever had in your career was what, against Thiago Santos, and that was like a badass fucking fight. You know, you never actually like lost. Like, you just got tired, man. I mean, off of like what, a 2-week notice, like call
like
up or
6
whatever.
days.
6 days, man. Like, come on, man. Like, that shit's like, it's like half a loss. That was pretty dope. Like, you've never actually like. Yeah, you're like a tough customer. Like, how do you have like such a fucking iron chin? Like, do you do what like Overeem does and have like those like gay ass neck exercises, or do you actually you just born with it?
No, but I do have, I would say like a big neck, and I do think that there is something to that. A big
Yeah,
strong neck, kind of helps you absorb those punches a little bit better. So, I don't know. I
not
think I'm just
necessarily the head, right? Because Tito has like a fucking
yeah.
gigantic.
No, the head,
He
the
just
head
got
ain't got
his
nothing to
shit
do with
wrong.
it. But man, I think there is some genetic luck. I think
Yeah,
in that, just dense bones, I guess.
yeah. It is what it is. Jack asks, does Eryk have any specific opponents he would like to fight? I would assume after dolidze, but everything goes well. Like, you got
Um,
anything
dude,
up
I
your
don't
alley?
know. I mean, I was supposed to fight Ed Herman. I'd like to fight him.
Nice.
I was supposed to fight Antonio Arroyo. I'd like to fight him. Um, but pretty much anybody else who will like accelerate my career, put me in that top 15 or, give me some clout to say, okay, he's legit. He should be in that top 15 or he needs a top 15 opponent.
And you're just fucking perfectly fine going from 205 to 185, or was that just like a one-time thing with Stewart?
Nah, I think I've had 4 UFC fights at light heavyweight.
Okay, yeah, I think Thiago was as well, but I can't.
Yeah, that was one of them. Man,
Oh,
I can bounce back and forth.
yeah,
It
that's
doesn't
awesome,
matter
dude.
to me.
Crazy, man.
I prefer middleweight, but if they ask me to fight at 205, I'll fight at 205.
And how's cutting for you, man? I mean, you built like a fucking brick. Like, how does that even work? You know?
I just have to watch what I eat, when I eat, how many calories I'm eating during the day, and yeah, it's almost like a science.
Are you
But
cutting? Are you cutting right now?
huh?
Are you like on a cut kind of right now? Like way
Nah,
out?
I haven't. I'll start tomorrow actually.
Oh, okay. How long does it take out? Like, how far out? There we go. That's what I was trying to. What's up?
About 8 or 9 weeks.
Oh shit, that's crazy long.
So, but I mean, I can diet for 2 months, and then, I turn into a fat kid for about 2 months, and then, I fight 3 times a year, so that's like half the year I'm in shape, half the year, you probably wouldn't even think I did anything athletic.
Yeah, yeah. I see. Yeah, I see a lot of basketball players. They get cut or whatever, and they just turn into like lard ass obese versions of themselves, like
Well,
off season.
you
You
know,
know, just no
think,
discipline.
just think about how much they run
Yeah,
during the season. Those guys play like 3-4 games a week, and in those 42 minutes or whatever, they probably run, 10 miles.
and you fuck with running. Like Derek Lewis is like all about not doing that shit, but you're like okay with that as like
I
a
mean, no. If I'm too heavy, Like, I have to run to get some of the weight off, but once I get below 220, I don't run anymore.
Oh, you don't run anymore?
Not that. Last camp, the first time I fought Darren Stewart, I was running like 35 miles a week, but I probably ran 35 miles total for that fight, and it was the best I ever felt going into a fight. So I
Yeah,
probably
dude, you look like a fucking monster just in the first fight. It was crazy. Like, and what happened? So like you threw this knee, and nobody like ever has like unified rules anymore. So one day it's like illegal, and the next day it's fine, depending on the commission. So you throw this knee, and eventually it gets called off. But take us through that. Like what went down in the first fight?
I mean, I knew that if he had more than his hands and if he had more than his feet on the ground, he was down. But man, he was kind of up and down, up and down, up and down. And I just thought that he was up when I threw the knee.
So yeah, you were just trying to time it and hope for the best, kind of like you did Tim Williams with that fucking kid. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But what did you think about Stewart getting cut after? So you basically retired him. Like, what did you think about that?
I mean, I didn't think he was a big middleweight, So I think that those guys, when they get kind of at the end of their career, maybe mentally, they're like, man, I'm not going to cut any more weight. And so if he wasn't like a big middleweight, how much smaller than the 205ers do you think? So once he made that commitment to fight at light heavyweight, not fight at middleweight anymore, I kind of knew that, it was over anyways.
Yeah, that's true, dude. I mean, he made Jacoby look like fucking Tyson Fury, man. Ridiculous. Scooby asks, does Eryk go to places like Reddit or YouTube to see what trolls are saying? I mean, like, basically, do you go into the shit and look at all like the memes and stuff?
Hell no. Just because I don't have time. I do think the shit is funny. Even when people are trolling me and talking shit to me, I think it's funny. But man, I really don't really engage. Sometimes I'll be bored and somebody will talk shit on a post or slide in my DMs, and so I'll talk shit back. But for the most part, I just kind of ignore it.
Yeah, dude. I remember I slid into your DMs because I had you in a fucking parlay, and some bitch fucking bet Darren by submission, and that's why I told you, like, watch out for that guillotine. You're like a fucking faggot, and you were like, you just gave me a like, and I was like, but you did that like the day before the fight, so I don't know, you were like cutting away, but you still gave me the time of day, so appreciate it. And you won, dude. So thanks for the parlay, man.
Yeah,
but yeah,
Stewart's never gonna submit me ever.
Yeah, not with that neck, bro. Yeah,
I guarantee it.
Do you drill shit like that though? When like a fighter, not fucking Darren Stewart, but like like you fought like Andre Muniz or someone like with a good ground game and
yeah,
shit?
for sure. I would concentrate heavily on submission defense and jiu-jitsu and grappling for a guy like that.
Yeah, I just don't see you getting fucking grapple fuck, dude. I see you like maybe like getting decisioned or something, but like grapple fuck, dude. Come on, man. You're thick. Like that ain't it, shoot. But yeah, Jimmy asks, like, is it true? This is such a retarded question. Is it true having sex prior to your fight could affect your performance on fight night?
Man, I try to keep my fluids to myself. Personally,
yeah.
I stay away from my wife, and I have done that. Like the day of the fight, and I got my ass kicked. So there may be something to that.
Yeah, doesn't it work like the opposite for women? Like they gotta have sex to get their testosterone up.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard it too. I don't fucking know. It's just like,
but I'm not like a biologist or a scientist or nothing, so I don't know.
I'm not.
All I know is on this night, I don't know what time we had to go to show up to the arena or whatever, but my wife was asleep next to me in the bed, and I just, kind of woke up in the mood and smashed, and then went to the arena and got my ass kicked. So I was like, man, maybe stay away from
that. I mean, it's God, yeah, punishing you, bro. Yeah, pretty much, dude. I mean, do you have any like that's like objectively like really funny. But do you have any other like stupid ass retarded moments that you can remember, like traveling? Like to me, like the whole Elias Theodoro fight was a retarded moment, you know, in your career. Like I thought you won, but no one really wins when they fight Elias Theodoro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This guy kind of like a male stripper as a fighter.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, there are a few close fights that I feel like I won, but probably the closest
Yeah.
fight that I lost, that I just knew that I had won when the fight was over, was Machida.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at Machida after the fight, his head is down, he's moping around, you know. So I think even he thought that he lost.
In fucking Brazil, right? Of
Yeah.
all fucking
So,
players.
you know, I kind of got fucked over there, but you know, it's not even, to be honest, man. It's not even so much like the win or the loss that hurts. It's like, you know, they kind of fuck you out of half your money. That's what hurt
Yeah.
most. I was like,
They
my money,
don't.
my
Well,
money.
like it took your O away, right?
Yeah, but dude,
I
I
mean,
didn't
you don't.
about
I'm sure
that.
like
That
the
shit was
money,
gonna
like
happen
way
anyway.
motherfucker.
Eventually, I
Yeah.
just wanted my money.
But does Uncle Dana, like, I don't know if you can talk about it or give a shit, but like, what, you know, they always talk about like, oh, the locker room bonuses and this and that. Like, what does that even entail? Or is that just like fucking
I wish I could tell
bullshit?
you, but
Yeah, yeah.
I've
It's
never
just
gotten
whatever.
an envelope. I've never gotten money that I opened my account and was like, oh, look at that.
Yeah. Here's
So
some Bitcoin. It's like ridiculous.
not even Bitcoin.
Yeah, apparently they pay like some the PFL fighters in like half a Bitcoin or some like retarded shit like that.
No, dude. Cash is king for me.
Yeah.
I don't want imaginary crypto money. They just randomly set a value at and there's nothing to back it. No.
They just go up and down
Yeah, I'm just
daily.
like, what are they? You know, it's crazy. But whatever. Maybe crypto's the future. But for me, I'll be that old guy who's got, you know, a pocket full of cash that's not even worth anything anymore because people have crypto or whatever. And I'll still be proud of my Benjamin Franklin. Show my kids, like, this is Benjamin Franklin. He used to be worth $100. Nah, he's not worth shit.
Yeah, what about the gold or the other boomer
Gold
investment?
standard.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that the dollar is backed by gold anymore, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how they set the value. The dollar is backed by gold. Yeah, I don't think so anymore.
So you moved to Sanford MMA in your last thing? In your last
No, I've trained there before,
right.
but I trained at Fight Ready in Scottsdale.
Gotcha. And how was that experience? Because did you literally like beat Stewart after moving directly like to that camp?
Yeah, he was the first fight I had whenever
Yeah.
when I went there. You know, I fought him twice and did both camps out there, and I'll be going back out there again. Uh,
What
Next week.
makes that click in your head?
What's that?
What makes it good? Like, what's that? I can already like envision why.
Eddie Shaw, Santino DeFranco are great coaches. But man, they really tailor the fight camp for me. You know, they bring in training partners, they watch film, they dissect the opponent. You know, kind of this is what he's good at. You know, it's almost like I'm in Alabama again. You know, they go through a playbook and tendencies and a scouting report. And man, we just drill for like 8 weeks, and then show up and fight, and it's worked out so well. So far, so good.
Yeah, is the heat like something else, or are you just into
Boy, yeah, hell yeah, it's hot as hell. You know, when that thermometer say 110, it's 110. It's not 95 with the heat index or humidity index.
Yeah.
Nah, that shit is accurate and it's hot.
Yeah, no, I mean, I believe it. Well, like if you going into this dolidze fight, I mean he's like a grappler. He's got like a gold medal in some bullshit medal like tournament, some Euro trash tournament. But my question is, he hasn't been very particularly impressive in his run. So why? How do you feel like you're just going to stack up to him? Because I personally think you got him. You know, just in terms of
Well,
clinching and the stand up for sure. But just I don't even think he's got you grappling wise. You know.
I think that, one, it's a smaller cage. I prefer the smaller cage. Two, like I think he's gonna have a grapple heavy attack, so he has to come to me. He has to move forward. He has to get close enough to grab me, and so I'll be able to, get off with my striking and wrestling defense and takedown defense and things like that, and kind of get him tired a little bit, I think, and take it over in that second or third round.
So do you envision like a finish, or do you see just wearing him out to a decision?
Nah, I mean, it's always the goal to get a finish, but he's tough, he's durable, so if it goes to a decision, I won't be surprised. But man, my goal is always to get him up out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely got him in the cardio department just on paper. And yeah, you're looking like $1 million just last time out. I just don't think he's like very good, but I think the betting odds and just people think he's good just because I think he's Georgian, so just people just love them some Georgians and shit, like the Russian Christian people.
Yeah, he's from Georgia.
Yeah,
I played at Alabama. We ain't lost shit to Georgia, so.
I think those are the same Georgians, but
Oh, it was a joke.
Fuck. What was Eryk's most least enjoyable fights in the UFC? I think we went over that. It was like Machida and I would assume Theodoro just because.
Hell nah. Khalil Roundtree is my least enjoyable.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to talk about that. I mean, how did your legs feel after that one?
Man, they didn't feel bad. It was just really my lead leg until the next day. It was in Atlanta, and I tried to take the kids to the Atlanta Aquarium, which is like the biggest aquarium in America, I think. And man, I lasted an hour. I fucked around and sat down and tried to
like
get
the next day after that fight.
Yeah, on Sunday. And I was like, man, listen, I hate to cut this field trip short, but I ain't gonna make it. We gotta go.
Damn. Yeah, he looked. I mean, he looked Bangkok ready, and he hasn't looked the same since that. Like Khalil's interesting. He's like a bipolar fighter. But
yeah.
No shame losing to that guy.
See, he looked good in his last fight.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, he hurt the dude.
I mean, like oblique kicks, man. Like, what do you think about them?
I mean,
they exist.
Yeah, I mean,
but only like bums lose to like oblique kicks, right? Like the way that he lost.
205er who kicks your shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, dude, if you fought that guy that Khalil fought, he'd die, like he would not be on this earth anymore, Like that guy Bakakis is so fucking bad to me. Like everyone that comes from Cage Warriors is a fucking bum, Like the Conor McGregor promotion.
Cage Warriors?
Yeah, that's it. That's literally it. I mean, I challenge you to name someone.
Dude, Jack Shore is a Cage Warrior
champion. I mean, shit. Wait, is he?
Yeah.
Well, like his last fight, he didn't even look that good too. He like gassed out. Like, but yeah, you're right. That's a good one.
He like broke his hand or something. Still kept fighting.
Yeah.
That Paddy Pimblett. I don't know. I'm not really too sold on him, but the UFC loves him at the moment.
Yeah. Now Paddy is he's got the look. He's marketable. But yeah, I mean, almost done. How do you see yourself like marketing yourself like to get the UFC to like you know, like not clout chase, but how do you see yourself like getting more like sponsorships and shit like that? You know?
Dude, I'm just me, and I'm not gonna
Yeah.
like fake anything or be
Okay.
somebody I'm not. If they like me, I knock people out. I think that's marketable enough. I'm
Nice.
not an ugly dude. You can put me in front of a camera. Um, so I think that in and of itself is cool, or would be easy for them to do. Now, but I just refuse to do the Kobe Covington thing. Like, he's been exposed and he just looks like an asshole. So it's just not the route I would want to go. If I was like a McGregor, like if I had that ability to just, talk shit and be like that, then yeah, I would do that. But that's not me, so I'm not gonna do that. You know.
Do you think, from like just a fighter's perspective, because I've asked casual fans, I've asked bettors, I've asked like my dad, like, do you think McGregor is washed?
Dude, this is the thing. He made $100 million in one night, and since then he's won one fight. Like, how motivated can you possibly be with that kind of cash? You
Yeah.
know. But at the same time, he's still the money fight. Cass is still trying to fight him. So as long as he's bringing in money, no, he's not washed.
Okay. No, solid. What are your thoughts on every girl with an OnlyFans losing their fight?
Is that true?
That's not true. That's literally not true. But
Uh,
I think like 98% of them lose their fight. Like, because all we do is bet fights, by the way. So like we look at stupid shit like this, and yeah, usually they lose.
well, man, this is the thing. I think as a fighter, when you're trying to do anything but fight and like focus on your fight and concentrate, like if you're trying to train in the morning and then you run out to shoot commercials or shoot whatever you shoot on OnlyFans or whatever,
Whatever you shoot on it, yeah.
yeah, and you're not like going to sleep and resting and recovering and stuff, like you're not going to be the best fighter that you could be. And that's another reason why I think that going out to Arizona is good for me, because, man, I'm not trying to take kids to football practice. I'm not helping kids with homework. I'm not folding laundry. I'm not, you know, I'm only doing fighting stuff that pertains to fighting. So I think that, sometimes people lose focus, for those little $25 subscriptions, that $1,000 you're making a month, or I'm sure a lot of those girls are making more than that, but they're probably not making more than they would in their fight purse. So they should probably invest all their time and energy into that. And then when they're not fighting, then you can go, shoot videos and pictures and try and market yourself in between fights. But when that contract's signed, like for me personally, that's all I'm trying to do is train, eat, and sleep, rest, recover, and get better.
100%. And you just want to fight 3 times a year. You don't want to fight more or less, just 3 times a year.
I mean, I would fight more. I definitely don't want to fight less.
Yeah, that's not it. MMA, yeah. Never go to MMA Masters. You're right. That's the Colby Covington gym. That's for losers.
Been there before.
Literally, yeah, it's in Florida.
Long time ago.
Yeah. Eryk's thoughts on the circus, but we already asked this shit. No, but what are your thoughts on like the Jake Pauls and the Chatos Ocho Cincos fucking getting like these giganto paychecks, and
Dude,
making.
I'm all about it.
Okay.
I'm never gonna hate on anybody getting paid, getting money.
Okay, that's sick.
They're not robbing anybody. They're not, I mean, I guess they're just robbing viewers of watching good fights, but
you're not butthurt about it or whatever.
no, not at all, dude. Get your money. I respect it. Jay Paul kind of created like sideshows, like YouTubers and TikTokers. Motherfuckers that have no boxing experience going out there and boxing and getting paid, and people getting paid more than people who actually box. So, whatever. Get your money. I just know that there's nobody that is famous on YouTube that could whip my ass. And that's a fact.
How fast would you knock out Darren Till?
Darren Till?
Yeah.
I think I take the Brunson approach with Darren Till.
That's
But
like too. That's
I
too
was
easy,
thinking
man.
saving
Like,
him
how fast
too,
would you
though. Say what?
that's too easy. I'm like, how fast would you just knock him out? Because I think he's like degraded. Just his stand up. He just throws 1-2s.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes somebody looks like shit on TV, then you stand in front of them, and he's like, "Oh shit, that's not the same guy." Or you feel him in the gym or whatever. So I don't really know. Like, I know I was there when he fought Woodley for the belt, and I wasn't like impressed with his stature. Like everybody said how big he was, but he didn't. He wasn't. He didn't look so big to me. Like he looked tall, but he didn't. He didn't look like Usman. Usman looks big as fuck, and he is big as fuck. So I never understood like, why people thought that he was so big or whatever.
And have you ever like actually like trained with Usman, or you ever like crossed paths with
No,
Usman?
yeah. No, I've been to like the same party or, running him at UFC fights and things like that. But no, I've never trained with him. But you stand next to somebody and like, man, that motherfucker is like my size.
Yeah.
He's not like 230, 240, nothing like that. But man, he's got to be a solid 210, 205, and fights at 170. Like with no body fat at that. Like I'm chubby as fuck at 240. So it's not like the same composition.
So like objectively, you think Usman kills him in the rematch, or there's value in Covington as a dog?
I mean, I think Covington is a schmuck, but he's a good fighter. He's
Yeah.
only lost twice, and one of them was to the champ. So I think Usman, finishes him again. But yeah, I think if Covington loses again, that might be it for him because no one's going to give a shit about him fighting for, him. No one's going to care about him fighting Wonder Boy, or no one's going to care about him fighting anybody else other than the guy for the belt. Maybe Gilbert Burns because he talked all that shit about Brazilians, but I think there's not a lot of, and I don't think he's that much of a draw. I think that he just talked a lot of shit, pissed off enough people to get people to hate him enough. And so if he loses, then he's just going to kind of fade away into the shadows.
You would think, but no, that's a solid take. But who do you think has a higher ceiling, Sean Strickland or Duplessis? If you know who that is.
Sean Strickland, by far and away, just because like he's kind of got that American Psycho thing about him. He just starts talking and rambling and talk about crazy shit. The Duplessis kid, I think, is what's the word? He's not on planet Earth. He's from South Africa, but he says that he's going to be a bigger star than Adesanya and Ngannou and Usman. And I'm like, man, you're talking about like the three, three of the top 5 probably earners in the UFC. So no, you're not.
He's a fucking bomb, dude. I mean, he's like from District 9, like where they filmed it. But
yeah. But the thing is like when those other 3 guys fight, you can see the confidence in them. You can see why the UFC gets behind these guys. But Duplessis, when he was fighting, what's his name? Who he actually won. He knocked him out.
Giles.
Trevin Giles. He was like closing his eyes. And
Dude, I've been saying that to people. They think I'm crazy that Trevin Giles was like landing on him a little bit and kind of looking okay, right? And, until he got the knockout,
Yeah, but he was looking, like timid and scared, and fans pick up on that, and they're not, and the UFC sees that shit too. Like that's all they do is watch fights every weekend. So, man, this guy looks scared. We're not going to put the machine behind this guy.
So how do you see yourself matched up with him though? Would you again wrestle him? Because again, he's like a kickboxer, right? Or would you think you would just take
I don't
advantage of
know.
his stiffness? Nah, okay.
I don't know his background. I know he kicks a lot, but he's not kicking like Roundtree, so I'll probably just walk through that shit and try and touch him up a little bit.
Yeah, he's got like a mean, like check right hook, but I think he'd be good. Is Paulo Costa a fraud?
Is he a fraud?
Yeah.
Nah, dude. He went toe to toe with Romero. Nah, dude. I think that he's
You gotta
legit.
think about it though. No,
I was just trying to think about his resume, but I can't pull it up off the top.
It's not that good though if you think about it. Like, could he be fucking Johnny Hendricks and like Uriah Hall a little bit, like barely? Like, it's like not the best resume, you know. It's kind of like you got a better resume. Fuck it, you know.
What's his name? No, I mean he beat Romero. I think he beat Romero. That's saying a lot.
I mean, that was a meme fight, dude. Like it was fun to watch, but no, Romero like doesn't give a shit anymore. Like he's one of those like he'll just let you win. Did you watch his Adesanya fight? Like
yeah, they just stood in front of each other for 25 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch him actually next week in Bellator in San Jose. Watch him stand for another fucking 25 minutes.
Nah, dude. Who's he fighting? He fighting Phil Davis?
Yeah. I like Phil Davis. I think he like beats him easily.
Dude, I don't know, dude. I think when motherfucker who hits like that and is that explosive, even if he like loses.
Phil Davis doesn't get knocked out, dude. Like ever. He's got like the greatest chin of all time.
Like, look at his neck, dude. I'm telling you. There's something to that. He's nothing but necks and neck.
He's never been knocked out, literally. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, he submitted Gustafsson, dude. The guy's like a beast.
No, he did. He got dropped. Paulo Costa dropped him.
Oh, you're talking about Costa or Romero?
Yeah.
Yeah, they dropped each other in that fight. It was fucking Davis decision. I agree with that comment. Look at his neck. Yeah, but
he doesn't even have a neck actually. It's like chest, pecs, and head.
Yeah, he's got a terrible nickname, but I can't deny greatness. Anders is good banter. I agree. And with that though, I'm gonna draw this motherfucker to a close because I'm fucking starving. And but real quick though, what new tattoos do you have, man? Because I always like people with tattoos, like not Sean O'Malley's tattoos. That shit sucks. But like your tats. Like I see some new shit on your arm. Like you get more on your sleeve or what?
Oh, I think my latest tattoo, I got a frog. It's really a toad,
The rabid frog?
Nah, Sonoran desert toad.
Okay.
Bufo alphareris or some shit like that. But it's like a mural. It's got some mushrooms, like a witch doctor, ayahuasca, an ayahuasca tree.
Is that like the peyote drug shit, or?
Yeah, I like the hallucinogens.
Nice. That is.
So this is like all the ones that I've done and have taken me to the next level.
Does USADA drug test for that or DMT?
I don't think so.
Not yet.
I've never failed a drug test. So.
Is it like hard to fail a drug test? To be honest, unless you're like John Jones, like on
dude, I don't do like steroids. I barely even take pre-workouts and protein, so I don't do all that. I just kind of I don't smoke anymore, but I used to a lot, but they didn't test for that, so I just mushrooms, a little acid here and there, and that's about it.
And when did you start? Or when did you did all that shit in like college, basically, right? Or you still do it like the hallucinogen part?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! Right.
I've been doing that since like high school, though.
Nice. Yeah, man. I mean, doesn't hurt. I need to fucking do more hallucinogens. It's been a minute. Okay, well, you guys are veering off again. Have you seen the Rocky movies? I'm gonna fast track this shit. Have you seen all of them?
I've seen all of them.
Nice. All right, we're done with that. Eryk, what's your worst fucking acid trip? Like, you got like a shitty, funny story or like a Vietnam
Well,
PTSD story?
me and my wife went to Ibiza, and I had some on like some cardboard on
Oh
some
my
like
god.
little strips or whatever.
Yeah.
And man, I'd been sitting on them for a while, so man, I took two, and then she took one, and we walked to this club. We were walking down the street, and we saw a sign that said that Bob Sinclair was DJing, and dude, Bob Sinclair, that motherfucker sounds like he plays the saxophone and classical music, and dude, we almost got in a fight, talking about, I was like, dude, I don't want to go see this classical music motherfucker while I'm fucking tripping ass. And she was like, no, he's a DJ. I was like, all right, whatever, cool, let's go. And long story short, like an hour and a half, nothing. And then so I popped another one, she popped another one. And this is like a week after I fought Thiago Santos. And so we get to the line to get in, and then I got two black eyes, and they weren't trying to let me in at first. They're like, what's up? What happened to your eye? And I was like, oh shit. And then I'm starting to like ease into the strip at this point. And this dude just asked me, like, what happened to your eyes? I was like, man, I got in a fight. He's like, oh, you like to fight? I was like, no, I fight for a living. Whatever, Because I'm like the chillest dude. I don't like, go out and get in fights in clubs and start
Like
ruckus
that.
or what. I'm just chilling, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
And
you've been chilling.
and then, finally we get around to, I was like, dude, I just fought 2 weeks ago or a week ago, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And he's like, cool. And, man, as soon as Bobson could do it, was a fucking awesome, awesome show. And, dude, there were like naked women running around and just boom. And I could like see the music and pop, pop, pop. And, dude, it's just, it started out like shitty, but then the night ended fucking great.
Yeah. What time did like you conclude it? Like did it ever like 6 a.m. type shit or
Yeah. We didn't like we were in the club till like 4:35 in the morning, and then went back to the hotel and just walked around till like 9 o'clock in the morning, and then probably slept for like an hour, and then went and got on the party boat, and then started drinking and smoking and partying again. So it was a long weekend. Long weekend.
Yeah, I remember you fought heroically in that L, but you tweeted something that I was like, all right, I gotta follow your fucking Twitter. It was like, I haven't been this tired since like my wedding night or my honeymoon or some bullshit. I was
True
like,
story.
wow. Yeah. True story. Yeah, man. I mean, you're very like easygoing. You're like, again, like the opposite of like a Greg Hardy, just minus the domestic abuse shit. Just like fucking yeah, you're just big chilling, dude. You're literally taking a pill in Ibiza.
Yeah. It was a great time, and man, we travel, and usually every time we travel, we ingest stuff, you know. So yeah, we like it. I like it. I microdose.
Yeah. What kind of movies do you fuck with on it? You know, I like Spring Breakers when I trip. I think that's like underrated.
Nah. See, I'm a like go to a party, go outside, go for a hike, go for a walk, be out in
Yeah,
nature type shit, or
yeah.
just
As you do.
recreationally get fucked up and just be out.
But you've never watched like a single movie though, like on at least like coming down on it at least or something like that.
Yeah, probably, but I don't think that there's like a specific movie that I like to watch. I get the giggles, I start laughing and shit
Yeah.
whenever I do it.
Yeah, I get
But,
the giggles on shrooms. I don't get it on acid. I don't know why.
yeah, I'm actually I start giggling and shit. Super Bad's always like the first half of Super Bad is fucking probably I think one of the funniest fucking hour and a half of cinema there is. And this shit gets kind of fucking weird. Not weird, but it's not as funny, and then it ends funny. So I just
Yeah, I think.
endure.
Have you seen Pineapple Express?
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm thinking about Pineapple Express actually. When that motherfucker shoots him in the foot with the fucking, you just got hit with a Daewoo Saw, motherfucker. Ah, dude, that's fucking.
They haven't made like another movie, man. Like they've only made like This Is the End and like shit like that. But those like the gang of bums haven't made another movie
Yeah.
together. I need another one. But yeah, man, it's just tripping is fun. It gets you like all. Don't want to be Joe Rogan about it, but it's like it's fun as fuck, and you need a break every now and then. And fucking dinner's going. Yeah, I get it, Jack. Dinner's cold. Eryk, you're falling asleep. I need to eat before I turn into fucking Sean O'Malley on a weight cut. All right, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you so much, Eryk. Good luck on your dolidze fight. You got this. That guy fucking sucks, dude. I mean, he barely beat Staropoli. That guy sucks too. So you got this, Chief. And with that, all right, toodle intro. Bye.
Impressive.
Peace.